Hello.
Hi. Bye, I gotta run.
No. You're not leaving this house with that pilfered food. My hard-earned money is not available to help that no-good Logan Hayes.
Not a problem. Okay, what's going on?
Lulu, you are forbidden to see Logan Hayes.
Really?
Yeah.
And how do you plan on enforcing that arbitrary rule?
Well, until further notice, you're under house arrest.
Are you okay? You've been kind of quiet.
I guess being the ping pong ball between Sonny and D.A. Lansing is starting to get to me.
Well, you seem to be handling it okay before Logan got shot. Is that why you're upset because that loser took a bullet? Okay, reality check. Logan knew you were joining the force, and he knew working for Sonny would put you guys on opposite sides, but he didn't care.
You're saying Logan deserves to be shot because he was going after a job?
No, I'm saying Logan deserves to face the consequences of his actions, and you shouldn't get upset over an inevitable confrontation that just happens sooner instead of later.
Yeah, well, easy to say.
I know you consider Logan a friend, and I know you guys went through some hellish stuff in Iraq, but have you asked yourself, if the roles were reversed, would Logan be as concerned about you as you are about him? Because if you're honest, you won't like the answer.
You look tired.
Yeah, well, I haven't been getting much sleep lately.
I can't stand the thought of you being in here, away from everyone you love. I really can't stand the thought that your pathetic excuse for a girlfriend hasn't even been here once to see you.
Carly,
I'm sorry,
Sam,
okay, but has she lifted one finger to support you, Jason? Has she? Has she been here at all since you got the okay that you could have visitors? No, of course not. It's time that you end that pathetic excuse
It's
of a
already
relationship.
done, Carly. It's done.
Location shoot?
Moving out. Jason and I are finished, but that's not why I called you over here. You need to make yourself available for Lucky.
Why? What's going on?
Well, your brother is in for a big fall, I think. Jason's back on the market, and I don't know, Elizabeth might decide that she wants to go shopping.
If you're implying that Elizabeth would leave Lucky for Jason, I think that's crazy.
Don't be so sure.
Why would she?
Why? Because Jason and Elizabeth have something that doesn't come close to what she has with Lucky.
Of course, it was my brilliant idea to get Lulu tangled up with Logan in the first place. Of course, who could predict that he would actually turn out to be Scott's son? Are you hearing this? Luke's daughter and Scott's son. It has to be stopped. Of course, it's all about the approach. I know my Spitfire stepdaughter, and the more I try to keep her away, the more attracted she's gonna be. Not that she's attracted, but give her time, and who knows? Oh, God, Luke is gonna kill me, his precious daughter. And I'm helpless. If I weren't locked up in this nut farm, I could be more proactive. I could think of ways to manipulate Logan. Alan, I've been going on and on. Alan! And I have not heard one single piece of irritatingly coherent insight. What is wrong with you?
I don't know. I don't feel myself. I mean, I don't feel like I'm really here.
What do you want?
Thank you. I'm just checking that you're where you belong.
Well, why don't you make yourself useful instead of lurking? And keep your son away from my stepdaughter.
Again, not my son.
Scott, even you can't be that dense. Unless you want them together.
Why would I want that?
Because as soon as Luke finds out that your son is messing with his daughter, he'll come back in a flash.
Okay. Let me try and understand this. You guys are taking me prisoner.
Well, why don't you look at the bright side? There are worse places to be confined. You can ask Tracy.
And you're on board with this?
It's for your own good.
I hate it when people say that. Really, who died and left you guys judge and jury of what's right for me? And in case it has slipped your minds, I am 18, an adult free to do what I want no matter who disapproves.
Listen, as long as your father remains at large with Laura and your stepmother is in a loony bin talking to her dead brother, you have been entrusted to our care and discretion.
Translation, that means you need supervision.
Mm-hmm. Some rules to live by.
Like fresh air and exercise.
And don't you see, dear, you are our last chance to get this whole parenting thing right.
As I'm sure you know, we've made a few mistakes in that area, and hopefully we've learned from them.
So I'm some kind of experiment?
No. You are a beautiful, intelligent, and all too vulnerable young woman.
In other words, you're easy picking, sweetheart.
Especially for a louse like Logan.
You don't even know Logan.
Neither do you.
And we aim to keep it that way.
You guys don't give me any credit, do you?
Of course we did, until you went missing and then spent the night in that reprobate's apartment.
Not for the reasons that you think.
Well, okay then. Enlighten us as to why you felt it necessary to spend the night at Logan's apartment.
And don't bother telling us that you were just talking. Jeez.
I don't want to get in a big argument over Logan, all right? I've got to go.
You're gonna go check on him, aren't you?
It's the least I can do, don't you think? Considering I am the one who shot him.
Or you just want to make sure that Cody didn't frag him.
This isn't a joke, all right? Cody is mad at the world and everyone in it.
Seems to me like Cody's just mad at Logan.
Listen, there is something going on with Cody. I can't quite put my finger on it, but it's more than post-traumatic stress. So if you see him around, just steer clear.
You don't have to worry about me. I'm a big girl.
More importantly, you're my girl, all right? I don't want anything to happen to you.
Oh, just shut up and kiss me. If you're looking for Coop, he just left.
I waited to talk to you.
That's all you're gonna say?
What do you want me to say?
Details, what happened?
Sam and I got to a place where we lost trust. And there was nowhere else to go from there.
That's typically vague. Something had to happen to push you into ending things with her.
It was Sam's decision, Carly.
It was Sam's decision. You're stuck in prison on murder charges? Not only couldn't she be bothered to come visit you, she deserts you when you need her?
Why do you even care? You never liked Sam. You wanted us to break up.
I wanted you to break up with her, okay? It's exactly what she deserves. Whatever, it's over, and that's all that matters. Hopefully, Sam will leave town so she doesn't screw someone else's life up.
I don't understand. Did Jason break up with you so he could pursue Elizabeth? Because I find it hard to believe that she would initiate it.
Of course, I forgot. You must be a charter member of the St. Elizabeth Fan Club.
Elizabeth married Lucky. It was her choice, and they have a family together.
No, what they have together is a lie. And for the record, I ended things with Jason.
All right, fine. I was just trying to get where you're driving this.
Come on, Nicholas. You're a pretty observant guy. There's been a cycle that's been put into place here. You see, Elizabeth always seems to get herself into these perilous situations, and there Jason is to ride in his trusty suit of armor. You see, this is where Jason lives, and Elizabeth knows that. And she exploited it every single chance that she got. Lucky seemed to be pretty clueless about it until last night.
What happened last night?
Oh, he came here and he was wondering why his wife has a pull toward Jason.
You didn't tell him that?
No,
they slept
of course
together,
not, because I am not going to be the bad guy.
Well, could you please just bottom line this for me?
All right. The bottom line is, I didn't say absolutely anything about the two of them sleeping together. But your brother is not stupid. He's going to figure it out. And I'm just asking you to be prepared.
Okay, thanks for the warning. But I have to ask why you suddenly care what happens to my brother.
Well, I know what it feels like when the truth comes out, and I know that Lucky is going to be hit with this like a ton of bricks. And I think it'll be nice if he has someone on his side, because I also know what it feels like when you don't.
I knew Sam was going to turn on you. I knew she was going to do this.
I gotta take responsibility for my part.
When are you going to stop protecting that woman? She's never been good enough for you, okay? She came into this town a user, and it's only gotten worse. First Jax, then Sonny, now you. Jason, she's sponged off you for years. Then you try to let her go so she won't get shot again or killed, and what does she do? She runs off and she sleeps with Rick, your worst enemy and her mother's husband.
Okay,
Why?
Carly, it's enough.
No, I'm not
please.
done. Because then she worms her way back into your life. How? I don't know. To do what? To make you feel guilty for every crappy thing that's ever happened to her? And then for her grand finale, she dumps you exactly when she could actually come in handy? I say good riddance. She's never gonna find a man like you ever again, and when that fact finally seeps into her tiny little brain, it's gonna be too late. You're gonna move on to a wonderful woman who is deserving. No. Jason, no.
You know what? Don't even start.
You are the walking wounded, okay? And I'm your best friend, so I'm gonna tell you this, put up a wall. As soon as Elizabeth finds out, she is going to come after you like her life depends on it.
Hey,
Hey.
you got a minute?
Yeah, is Spencer okay? You look worried.
No, he's great. Best kid ever lived.
Spoken like a true dad.
Jake's a close second, though.
Oh, thanks.
And I remember all the gratitude and joy I felt when we got Spencer back from Colleen, so I know what it means to you to have Jake back.
Yeah, thanks to Jason.
Yeah, can I just talk to you?
Sure.
Over here? Okay, first off, I owe you and Lucky an apology. I was so convinced that Jerry was the one that kidnapped Jake. I took off without even thinking.
That's okay. You had good reason to suspect him.
It really didn't have anything to do with reason. I just let my hatred cloud my judgment, and I should have been here to support you and Lucky when you were going through what I'm sure was hell.
It was pretty rough. I mean, for a minute, I didn't even think Lucky and I were gonna make it through intact, but we managed.
Things are good now?
I mean, they're not perfect, but Jake is home. That's all that matters. The rest will fall into place.
Right. And I mean, you're obviously grateful to Jason, right?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Grateful enough to leave Lucky for him?
Logan just needed a friend.
Mm-hmm. All night.
Why, because he was drunk?
Or was he ODing on drugs?
No, God, you guys think the worst automatically about everyone.
That's because, my dear, we have done the worst, and we've had the worst done to us, and we are trying to spare you that fate.
You know, you're blowing this way out of proportion. I don't even like Logan that much.
Oh, really? Well, until you can be a little more convincing, you are restricted to this house and these grounds.
Well, I have things to do. Errands to run.
Okay, fine. We'll drive you wherever you want to go.
Alice, you're in charge. If Lulu gets past you, there will be very serious consequences to pay.
Yes, sir.
I cannot believe this.
Well, it's the Quartermain way of saying they care.
Yeah, about themselves. Edward and Monica are just paranoid that something bad will happen to me, and then my dad or Tracy is gonna go off.
Be honest with yourself. Do you really think Mr. Luke wants you hanging out with Scotty Baldwin's little boy?
I don't even know, okay, that's beside the point. The point is, nobody should be policing me around. You're not gonna go along with this, are you?
Well, you heard my orders.
And you started caring when?
Look, I care about your father, and I know this is what he'd want me to do.
How about a trade?
What do you got?
Well, if you give me a get out of jail free card, I won't tell anyone what you do in the boathouse.
You know about that?
Oh, well, so does Dylan, but he's gone. You know, I'd really hate to bust you, but if you force my hand...
That's blackmail. That's...
Think of it as a fair exchange.
Okay, you got 2 hours.
Thanks a lot, pal. First you shoot me, and then you forget to warn me that Psycho Cody's in town.
Hey, we are in his town, all right? And I shot to wound you. It could have been a lot worse. One of the other cops could have made you or shot to kill.
Hey, I could still end up dead. All right, that guy spooked me, man. Cody's got a major screw loose, dude.
Yeah, well, I tried talking him into leaving you alone.
If that'll work.
Well, you've got to admit, Cody's got good reason to hate you.
I thought you were the one person who understood. You know what can happen out there. Besides, I thought you believed me when I told you it was an accident.
Yeah, well, I do. All right, but whether you meant for it to happen or not, it did. So one way or another, you're gonna have to deal with the person that you damaged most.
Logan came into town looking for his deadbeat dad and got reacquainted with Coop.
Coop got elected Logan's official crutch when we were in Iraq. Logan talks big, but he's lacking when it comes to follow through.
If that's true, he definitely picked the wrong line of work.
What does he do?
He weaseled his way into Sonny Corinthos' organization. Means he's a criminal.
And Coop's gonna become a cop. Does Logan not see the conflict of interest there?
Logan only cares about what Logan wants. I told Coop not to trust him, but he won't listen to me.
And how's the blonde fit in?
Lulu Spencer, the local tramp.
Sounds personal. What does she do? Snake your guy?
Well, my guy at the time was her brother, and Lulu couldn't wait to start bad-mouthing me, calling me a home-wrecking slut. Okay, fine. Her brother was married at the time, but so was my sister. That didn't stop Miss Lulu from getting pregnant and blowing my sister's relationship to hell.
Lulu has a kid?
No, of course not. A child would cramp Lulu's style. She had an abortion. But don't even get me started. As far as I'm concerned, Lulu and Logan deserve each other.
Nobody deserves that coward.
So, was it Logan that got you hooked?
What?
Well, you're obviously addicted to something.
Don't judge me, little girl. You weren't there. You don't know what it was like.
Chill out, okay? I'm the last person to judge anyone. I just volunteer at a hospital, so I know the signs. Okay, so I told you everything I know about Logan. You should return the favor and tell me what awful thing he did in Iraq.
I might. But you'll have to give me something first.
What better way to flesh Luke out than to let his daughter fall prey to your son?
First of all, the kid's not my son. And if he was my son, do you think Luke's non-existent parental urges would tear him away from Laura? Look how long you've been rotting in here, and he hasn't looked back. Has he?
Luke knows I can take care of myself. Lulu can't. And don't ever underestimate his love of his daughter. And thanks to you and your probably illegal courtroom machinations, Lulu is now more vulnerable than ever. And while we're on the subject, for all your professed love of Laura, you don't give a damn about her daughter.
I do give a damn about her daughter.
Then prove it. Keep your son from ruining her life.
You know, Tracy, you gotta be the most selfish girl on this planet.
What?
This cockamamie plan of yours to back me into the corner? That's all you care about. You don't care about your own stepdaughter. It's just about you. It's always just about you, Tracy. You.
Oh, you are the most thick-headed fool!
Are you about to have another fit?
I'm gonna show you a fit. If you don't get me Dr. Winters in here right now, go! Will you say something?
I think I know what's wrong.
Beyond being dead?
I'm fading. Because of you.
Cody got Lulu curious about what happened overseas. I wouldn't answer any of the questions, and you can't either. Here.
You and Lulu are starting, what, a friendship? Maybe she's got the right to know.
No. No way, Coop. Not a word. I don't want you scaring the girl off.
It's your call. But I think you ought to reconsider. Lulu's got a lot of people that care about her. Like your boss and Jason Morgan. If she ends up hurt because of you, you won't have to worry about Cody anymore. You'll already be dead.
Logan, it's Lulu. Can I come in?
I don't know where you're getting your ideas, but I love your brother. Why would I leave him for Jason?
Look, Elizabeth, we both know what happened last summer, okay? And don't worry, I have no intentions of telling Lucky that you slept with Jason, and I'm certainly not passing judgment here. I know that being married to one person doesn't preclude falling in love with another. I know because it happened to me. I have my son because of my affair with Courtney. I really regret the way I hurt Emily and myself. And I just don't want to see that happen to you and Lucky.
I don't need you to warn me about Elizabeth.
Somebody has to. All she has to do is bat her eyes and play the helpless act, and you jump in and you try and save her. And that's all it ever is, okay? You saving her perfect little life so she can run back to her safe place with Lucky. Well, I guess you're right. I don't have to worry about Elizabeth. She's never gonna be the woman for you, okay? Never. She's too mousy and she's pathetic. She's never gonna be able to make a commitment to you, and then she'd have to drag those kids along, so you should be
Okay,
just
what is
fine.
it exactly that you want? Why are you here?
I'm here to see you.
No. You're here because there's something going on in your personal life. That's the only time you start digging in my personal life. So what's the problem? Tell me.
I miss my husband.
What are you doing here?
We need to go over ideas for the location shoot. It's coming up sooner than you think.
I wish you would have called first, because I have a full day of packing if I want to get into my new apartment.
New apartment?
Yeah, what did you expect me to go camp out on set?
I assumed you'd be moving in with your mother.
Whatever. Look, I will call when I'm finished. Maybe I'll stop by if I have time.
It would really help production if you could speed up this celebration of independence. You could always ask Lucky to help.
And what's that supposed to mean?
I know how you think. You couldn't have a child with Jason, so you didn't flinch when you saw his son with Elizabeth being stolen. Now you think Elizabeth has stolen your man. How long before you decide to steal hers? What? No self-righteous indignation? No heartfelt denials? I just accused you of callously going after another woman's husband. Then again, that's old territory for you. Except Lucky's far from rich. That could end up being problematic for him once you decide you're bored.
Oh, no. No, that's fine, because, look, I'm making plenty of money. Lucky is a good catch, actually. He's hot and loyal, and he does carry a gun, and he deserves somebody way better in his life since Elizabeth basically trashed him for Jason.
And you're somebody way better?
Compared to Elizabeth, yeah, damn straight I am. It's not like Lucky hasn't strayed before. Why wouldn't he want to take a walk on the wild side?
It's almost frightening the way you manage to justify anything you do.
You are so transparent. I can't believe it's taken me this long to see through you. That comment was designed to goad me. Well, guess what? It's not going to work. I don't want Lucky, and even if I did, I wouldn't have any qualms about going after him. I don't care what you or anyone else thinks. Now get out.
Have it your way.
You better get used to that.
I asked Alexis to help me trick Jerry into telling us where he sent Jax.
Okay, see, I shouldn't have to tell you this over and over again. Stay away from Jerry. Don't try to trick him. It's only going to set him off.
Okay.
Say it like you mean it. Better yet, just mean it for once.
I promise I won't do anything dangerous or reckless.
Okay, that's convincing.
You have to understand the position I'm in, okay? Jerry sent Jax out of town so he wouldn't be caught in the middle of the animosity between us. So giving Jerry the cold shoulder isn't going to work. And besides, he could prove to be useful and helpful.
How is that?
Jerry might be able to get you out of here.
Did he tell you that?
No, I made it a condition of liking him.
Okay. There is nothing that Jerry can do for me. If he's telling you any different, he's working.
You don't know that. He has all kinds of seedy connections with gangsters, Russians, government officials. You don't know what he can do.
No plans, Carly. Not with Jerry, okay?
I'm not listening to you. I'm not. I would make a deal with the devil if it meant getting you out of here and back home where you belong. I'm gonna do what it takes to get you out of here. And you know what? There's nothing you can do about it.
Okay,
Guard!
you always tell me that you want to help me, but you never listen to what I say, Carly.
You will be thanking me, okay? You'll be thanking me.
No, I'm not gonna be thanking you, Freddie. Carly!
I'm not gonna lie and say things are wonderful between me and Lucky. And it's not just a reaction to the strain of Jake's kidnapping. I'm pretty upset with him for arresting Jason for his heinous crime of rescuing our son.
He jumped bail.
Oh, come on, Nicholas.
I'm not saying I would have reacted the same way as Lucky, but you know how he is about his job. Takes it pretty seriously.
I don't think he was motivated by his sense of duty. I think it was jealousy.
I can kind of understand that. I mean, Jason seems to always be around in critical moments, Elizabeth, when Lucky can't be. I think it's understandable to be a little off balance.
I love him. I love our family. But I'm not going to abandon Jason.
What if Lucky can't accept that and ask you to choose? Nicholas Castellan.
Hi, it's Lainey. Are you back in town?
Yes, have been for a couple of days.
Could you possibly come up to Shady Brook right away? Tracy Quartermain has been asking. We'll make that demanding to see you.
You don't have to cover it with me.
What are you talking about?
I know that I walked in on a fight.
Oh, what are you... You know what? You're right. Coop and I, we were arguing about you.
And how does that happen?
Well, Coop was being Coop, you know. He was wanting to make sure that I was treating you like a gentleman, and I told him that I was trying my best. How am I doing?
You need to work on your technique.
Maybe your standards are too high. Food. Thank you.
Yeah, well, you need to eat.
I appreciate it, but I really didn't expect to see you back here.
Yeah, I got in a fight with my stepfamily.
Oh, so I'm an act of defiance.
Mostly.
What's the rest?
I want to know what happened with you and Cody in Iraq.
I definitely know what's wrong now. I am fading.
You've been very quiet. What are you trying to pull?
Nothing, that's just it. I don't have the drive to give you a hard time or to make jokes at your expense.
Why not?
Well, I'm going to give you my best guess. Because I think that you are doing something that I, in my official capacity as your conscience, approve of.
I'm slipping.
Don't minimize it. You're trying to help Lulu, and you're doing it for no other reason except you don't want her to get hurt. Now, you're making my job easier, and I appreciate it. But you know what I'm going to do, Tracy? I'm going to take the rest of the day off.
No. You've got it all wrong. The only reason that I'm helping Lulu is to win points with Luke because he's off God knows where with the sainted Laura, and I need all the points I can get. So you see, I'm still as self-obsessed as ever.
Don't kid a kidder. Tracy, I'm proud of you.
Ew!
Oh, you never could take a compliment. However, I do think that you will say, think, or do something that is so unconscionable that I will be back here in a New York minute. But for right now, I need a break.
I don't want you to take a break.
Tracy, don't be afraid of your own company. Just remember, you have nothing to fear but fear itself. Look at Dylan.
Oh, thank you, Alan, for bringing that up. While we're on the subject, I would like to mention that he has not so much as written his poor incarcerated mother a postcard. Picked up the phone? Ha! Forget it. Not a sound, not a word, nothing. You don't think I pushed him away for good, do you? Alan? Alan?
What do you want?
Since you've been forced to conduct your personal life long distance, I thought you might like an update. Sam gave Lucky quite an earful last night.
She didn't tell him I'm Jake's father.
No, not yet, but Sam's hurt. Angrier than I have ever seen her. I think that it's only a matter of time before she rips Elizabeth's life apart with the truth. So I suggest you make a preemptive strike. Claim your child and turn Sam in for aiding and abetting his kidnapping. Good, you're packing. Good, now you've seen it. Get out. I'm not going anywhere. I know how you operate. I'm gonna make sure you don't take anything that doesn't belong to you. God knows you haven't paid for one thing since you darkened Jason's doorstep. So I'm gonna sit right here, and you can give me the key. I am not gonna take this. Not 1 minute longer.
All right, Alan, this isn't funny. Show yourself. Alan, if this means I'm getting better, which doesn't mean that there was anything wrong with me in the first place, I don't think I like it. I feel rejected. Okay, fine. Sit out there in the ethers. Make yourself comfortable, but not too comfortable, because the first reprehensible thing I do, I will get you back.
Tracy? Am I interrupting?
No. I'm not delusional. And you need to pay very close attention to what I'm about to say. Lulu's in trouble.
I really can't explain to you what it was like over there. It was war. War. You know, you live in your clothes. You're thirsty all the time, but drinking water doesn't help because it's always warm. You're too tired to cook, and everything you swallow tastes like sand anyways. You don't need to speak the language because all the communication you need is in the eyes of the people that you see. Their faces, you know, they first hope that you're going to bring a better way of life to them, and then complete and total fears. They're running for their lives, carrying their wounded or dead kids in their arms. You pass by burnt bodies and the smell. It gets inside your head and doesn't ever leave. You relive the horrors of the day, night after night. After night. And it doesn't ever seem to be an end to it, you know. And sometimes there isn't, even when you get back home. War changes you, Lulu. At the core. Fundamentally forever. You know, because it ain't like you can go sit on a shrink's couch and talk it out. That's why I can't be mad at a guy like Cody, man. The guy snapped. And it could have easily been me. And maybe it still is, you know. Maybe the craziness is just kind of waiting inside of me, you know, to jump and take me down when I least expect it.
I'm sorry I brought it up. I'm sorry you went through it. I didn't know. I don't think anyone could.
Doesn't your show get tanked if Sam goes to jail?
Maybe it's for the best. It might be time for Sam to finally have to pay for something she's done.
Just take your agenda somewhere else. Okay, I'm not turning Sam in. I'm not saying anything about Jake, and if it happens to come out some other way, like from you, It's not gonna be good.
I could almost take that as a threat. I'm surprised. I thought you were smart, but you are a fool to be sitting here, cooling your jets in prison, falling all over yourself to protect Sam after the way she has used you.
You know what, Carly? Something good has actually come out of breaking up with Jason. I can finally tell you exactly how I feel about you. You walk around this town all high and mighty like you own it, but you know what? You have never even deserved one single man you ever had. Somebody finally got wise to you and dumped your sorry butt. And one day, Jason will get fed up with all the pathetic, self-entitled intrusions into his life and do the same. I'm actually surprised that Jax hasn't run screaming yet. But you know what? The relationship is still new. Give it some time. But you know what? Maybe he is fed up with you. Has it ever occurred to you that your husband could be staying away on purpose?
You know what? As usual, you have the facts all wrong. You're the one leaving here a loser. You lost Jax. You lost Sonny. And now you lost Jason. But they're all three still in my life. You're the footnote. So hit the road, Sam. Don't come back.
I don't have a problem with that. But before I go,